So, an attorney asked me the other day if I could add a line explaining why psychoanalysts gather richer biographic information than an attorney could at their office. I thought, that is like adding a disclaimer. But and I thought for a while, said, that's no ethical boundary cross here, so for sure, I can do that. In fact, the APA requires us to clarify the context in which the assessment is taking place. So there was no problem in writing that. But I was left thinking, why? Why does that happen? Why is it that there is a difference? Hey, this is Dr. Leah Roth. This is Shrink Me. I'm just waking up. Today we're diving into emotions and memory. How does psychoanalysts get deeper, more detailed biographic info than the same person presenting their case at a law office? Is it easier to open up a stranger's office with a couch than it is to open up at an attorney with a clipboard? Is it the therapeutic relationship, the working alliance, the transference, the projection? And there are so many other things that are part of the setting. Is it that? Or maybe even that we tend to interrupt less and come more, the of course, than when listening. Yes, go ahead. So typical of psychoanalysts, right? And in doing that, we leave a space open, a silence for you to fill out. We don't rush to fill in the blanks. We are there listening for you to bring what you have. But what do you really think is going on? Because I'm going to be presenting you my take on it. And it has nothing to do with the concepts I just shared. Share your thoughts, DM me right there in the comment. I read everything and I'm really interested to know your take on it. Before I bring my part of it, my idea of what's going on, of the many things that are going on, not just one thing, but one one part that I don't know if people talk about this. But so first, let me explain something. Do you know what a representation is? A representation is how the mind encodes and stores information, whether sound, visual, taste, or any perceptual form. Simply put, let's call it an idea. A little bit more complex than this, but this will work for today's episode. The main point is this: a representation or an idea is the smallest unit of information your brain creates when you're thinking, when you're using your mind to work on something. And every idea includes three things: emotion, know how, and the core representation itself. And of course, as I always go back to, this starts when we are babies. Have you ever seen a baby discovering that they can shake something? At the beginning, the noise surprises them. And then they get curious about it. And they do it again and again and softer. And they use different things, a spoon or whatever reaches their hand, a toy. It feels so good. You can see them smile and their body shaking, and all that feels amazing. They learn the power to affect the world. And that moment is so electric. They repeat and repeat. And when they are repeating it in different things with different objects, that is called generalization. That repetition is what gathers the know how part. I told you there's three things: know how through the generalization, the emotion, that electrifying, pure joy of having affected the world, or however it feels, can be positive or negative. That all encompasses a learning, and the secret sauce of the new memory being created is the emotion. That's what makes it stick. That's how memory forms: action, thought, and emotional charge. Three things working together That emotional charge is like the super glue of memory, as I said. Of course, it's a little bit more complex, but this will work. And I see this all the time in my practice. Many times do psychological evaluations for legal cases, and I have to assess, for instance, case of domestic violence. And some people come all jittery, nervous, even angry at times. Others come confused, hurt, frozen. And there's those that are hardly taking space. They they are emotionally distant, composed. They don't speak. They barely whisper, and they don't take space. That silence, it might be severe long-term damage running deep, or very early childhood experience of growing up in a volatile home. So my question becomes, did they grow up walking on eggshells? Did they learn it later in life as part of a survival strategy? This brings us back to the original question. Attorneys are amazing at gathering facts, dates, timelines, the what, where, when of any event. Most mental health professionals, we work with symptoms. We might use facts for sure, but we follow the emotional threat, the charge, the hidden story behind every narrative that shows up at our office dressed up as symptom. And we follow it backwards through time. We know that facts don't heal, feelings do as they turn into meaning. That's how we uncover memory, depth, color, context, and its extension into the body. And here's the truth. And even if it gets me in trouble, I will say it. It's not just richer for the report, it's richer for the client. Even when I say, this is not therapy, it's an assessment, something shifts, something opens up. When people feel safe in a contained space with a steady presence, they start building something. Narrative coherence, meaning, a thread through the mess. Because we don't just ask questions, we eavesdrop on silence. We decode detours. We catch the skip over parts. We notice when your story speeds up or shuts down, and the way your body reacts to what you're sharing. It doesn't matter if I say, this is not therapy. Many clients do get something out of it. Quite often, because they are sharing their raw story for the very first time. Yes, even if I ask, are you in therapy? Have you brought this up to your session? Any part of it? And they say, no, I haven't. Oh, how many times I hear this. No, I haven't. I'm so afraid of being judged. And I tell them what I would tell you if you're listening and this fits. If you feel respected, if you feel safe, then you need to bring the whole story. Not just here, but there too. Because therapy doesn't work if you're just checking in. It works when you bring your body, when you bring yourself, when you bring your full presence, your full story ready to work on. And I'm not saying it's easy. Of course it's not. But it's your story. And if your goal is to get over this bump, then you need to stop performing. Performing won't take you anywhere. That's resistance. And resistance keeps you stuck, circling the same old exit. So again, if you feel respected, heard, if you feel safe, take the leap. Share your full story. Healing doesn't happen when you just show up polished and punch a time card. It happens when you bring your body, when you show up, fully present. And always keep in mind you can spark change from three different places: action, emotion, or thought. Do you know why? Yes, because of what we learned today. If you're stuck in perfectionism or procrastination or just plain fog, Try this. Change the scene. Add color. Light a candle. Take a walk. Do something that stirs your senses. This is not just philosophical or psychological or neurologically, even symbolically true. We spark change from those three entry points because they are the three main gateways into integration: action, emotion, and thought. If you're running like a hamster, stop. Ask yourself, really chasing? Sometimes you started running after a goal that is no longer there, that is not longer what's keeping you running. You just forgot how to find relief. But doing more of the same is not going to bring you any closer. So take a minute to think straight and ask yourself, what the heck am I after? Or at least stop to discover the smell of a flower, a beam of light, a sip of something warm and joyful. Let beauty break the. That's the power of switching dimensions: thought, action, emotion. Anyone can set you free. So when you're stuck, numb, confused, too tired to untangle it all, starting from any one of those points can unlock the others. You don't need the perfect insight. You don't need the perfect setting. You just need to allow yourself to try, to be open to change, to be open to something new. And the next time someone wonders why therapy uncovers far more than a legal questioning, tell them this: emotional connection runs deeper than facts. And what heals us isn't just the story, it's being heard in full color. But hey, it's just my perspective. What's yours? Drop your thoughts in the comments or DM me. Like I said, I read everything and I'm really interested in what you have to say. I'm Dr. Leah Roth, and if you're just waking up, good. Stay up because that's when life truly starts. See you next time.